You pushed it. Okay. Oh, we're live.
We're live. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Oh, I do not have chat up, but I do see it in my chat here, but I don't have it super separate like I normally do. But good morning, Tina.
Good morning,
How
Lucy.
how is your week?
My week has been super, super busy, productive, but yet I can never get it all done at the same time.
Oh, I know. I know. I feel like I do so many things and then but my to-do list is still long. It just never
Well, and
goes
we've
down.
both taken a lot more projects, this year with the Facebook group and our Bolo group and trying to film and put together a course. I mean, on top of our own just normal lives and our own Amazon businesses. It has been a lot, yet it has been fun too. But
Yes, that is true.
you
Like
know,
ASD was super fun, but now I've got to make all the listings, and I did a photo shoot yesterday and
yep,
bullet points, and I'm fighting with Amazon tooth and nail on everything.
yes,
Their latest was I have two children that came off the parent, like for no reason, no reason,
yeah.
and they want me to submit brand approval for it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I can't even deal with them this morning. I'm like,
And you're not the only one. A lot of people have been posting in Facebook groups about fighting with Amazon on these very same issues. And like you might this I'm in my workroom. This is my workroom, and it's just full of boxes. Like I'm just swimming in inventory that has been delivered since ASD. So, like you, I have a lot of listings to create as well. And then I also had been fighting a claim with Amazon for a missing shipment. This shipment went missing in May. It is inventory that is a private label item that I buy here in the United States. I have it shipped from the place that makes it for me to Amazon's warehouse. So I have a valid, legit invoice. I also have proof of Amazon receiving the shipment because I have the bill of landing paperwork from who do we ship with, FedEx, UPS? I always forget which one. But anyway, I have that bill of landing. And Amazon finally this morning rejected my fight with them and my multiple appeals on reimbursing me for this missing shipment from May. And they have closed it and said I may not appeal it again. And that to me is just such utter BS. I have proof, Amazon, that you received this box. Yet
I know.
I'm getting screwed and I'm not getting reimbursed
I
for these
just
units of inventory. And it just infuriates me.
I mean, it has been unbelievable the amount of like just things that Seller Central is not doing. And I think it's on purpose. Just like I think that, a lot of things are overly complicated to make it seem that you have to get help for it. So it's very. Jose says, how do you manage losing shipments, especially for shoes? There's not a whole lot. I mean,
Well, clearly there's not a whole lot you can do because not only would I have photographs of my items, I didn't take a photograph, but I could easily obtain photographs of it. I have my paid proof invoice. I have proof from the shipper that Amazon received the package. I have that bill of landing. How much more proof could I possibly give them? Yet I did not win that case. So,
so on a side note, there was a news person that reached out on, I want to say it was Hustle Buddy's Facebook page, but I can't remember for sure. It might have been the Amazon legal one. And Tina has been in contact with them, but the news is going to start making a news story. So I was like, hey, Tina, tell your story to this lady,
yeah,
because this is becoming if there's going to be a news story about Amazon stealing and not having packages arrive, then maybe that will get it fixed. Because I mean, that we're at a loss. What else can you do? I mean, it's not a valuable enough thing to like get lawyers involved,
that's
but
right.
you add all of it up across hundreds of sellers, then I'm sure a lawyer would be drooling over it.
Yeah, so
It's
yeah,
just
I'm not the only one
ridiculous.
facing this, and you're right. It is in one of the Amazon legal groups, and so there is a reporter covering this because this seems to now be an ongoing problem. Where in the past, that's all I had to submit was proof of invoice that I purchased these items.
Mhm.
Amazon knows we shipped it. We bought the shipping label through Amazon's platform. I mean,
Yeah,
hello. And the
yeah.
shipping history, the tracking shows it was scanned, showed they received it. How much more proof do we need as sellers? And so this is not, I'm not just a single case.
No.
This is going on with many, many sellers.
And the problem is that you can't fight it with UPS either, because UPS is like, we proved we delivered it.
Yes.
So we're getting screwed in the middle of this battle, and
Yeah.
it's irritating. I wanted to address Jill. I'm not forgetting about you, Jill. I just wanted to make sure that story got out first. But she brings up some good points. Yesterday, I had dropped my new. I'm keeping track of my cash flow, and she said she watched the video about accounting spreadsheet. Thank you. And inventory lab captures cost as good as items sold. Yes. So let me just. I got to go through and do some comments on that video, but I think people are confused and even though I think I said it, but my CPA runs a profit loss sheet. And in that profit loss sheet, she pulls inventory labs data on what the cost of goods were, what the items sold for, returns, percentages off, all of those things are captured. What that sheet is to do is to help me do the cash flow. Basically, I get whatever your check is every 2 weeks, and then you have to divide that money out to whatever bills you're paying yourself, and then of course buying more inventory. And so when I'm pulling those numbers and pulling the expenses, like I only pull what Amazon gives me. And in that chunk of money, I've already paid Amazon's fees. I've already paid the shipping. Your account has already had everything Amazon can charge you for. They take out of that bill. It's already done. So that money that I get is then used to buy and manage. And that's the intent of that spreadsheet, is how do you manage that money that you get in, what do you do with it? She also says, I have much stock listed under inventory lab unlisted. When I listed, I thought the quantity should be deducted. I thought so too. So I don't know why it's not being deducted. You might have to go in and manually adjust it. I tried using their unlisted inventory and found that it just didn't work. And I had all sorts of problems like you're describing. So I don't use that part of their program anymore until they can get their act together. I heard they fixed the expiration date issues, but I don't know about the rest of it. So I hope that answers your question. My cash flow sheet is not meant to like be a profit loss sheet. It's not. It's just like let's say you have $5,000 to spend. How do you spend that money? Okay, so you know what bills you're going to have for the month. You're going to subtract that out, and then whatever you want to pay yourself or labor or whatever other expenses you have, and then the rest should be going back into inventory. And I needed to have something that would calculate those numbers.
Do the math. Math.
Yeah, I had to math it, which I'm not mathing very well this morning. I'm still groggy. I'm trying to drink my coffee. Okay, so yeah, Sherry just said, former CFO here. Inventory lab gives you a profit and loss. You're doing a forecast budget. Yeah, that exactly. And if you just run everything through inventory lab, you can use inventory lab and get a profit loss sheet that will work for you in inventory lab. But you have to go in and enter all the things, which it can do. I run QuickBooks, which then takes the A to Z. There's an A to Z, A to X program that will take all your Amazon data and put it into QuickBooks, because I have YouTube, I have other streams of income, I have other line items that I'm not using inventory lab for. So I use QuickBooks to do that. But however you do your profit loss sheet, all the things need to go in there some form.
Sherry being a former CFO, so she's a good mather. I hate math. I'm a creative and I hate math, yet we have to math for this business.
Jose says, I use unlisted inventory for eBay items to keep track of cost. See? And so that's awesome. Jose does that and keeps track. My eBay stuff, again, it runs through QuickBooks because I don't put it into inventory lab, because that would be like, I don't know. I'd rather pay for QuickBooks to just all integrate it and my CPA to do that for me than that. But if you're just starting off and you're doing just a very simple Amazon business, you can do everything through Inventory Lab. It is possible. What when is a good time to get insurance? As soon as you hit 10K a month for
Yep,
3 consecutive months, you will have to get insurance.
you have to.
In terms of when should you? Before you have an accident. It's always, you always want that life insurance before you pass away. You always want that car insurance before you get in a car accident. Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard to predict the future. If we could, it would be interesting. All right, what else did we have on our sheet? Because we had a couple morning things to go through, and then we're going to dive into our stuff.
I don't know anything on our sheet other than our BOLO groups. Everybody should be placed in their group by now. If any of you have paid, I think there's like 3 or 4 people that I cannot locate. We've sent you emails and you're not placed. So, I mean, if you paid for it, let's get you in there.
Yes. So with the BOLO groups, you should now have received the invite. We have 3 people. 3 people. I don't know if you people are watching, but I have emailed
Right.
you. We have tried to track you down to get you into the Facebook group. So we will continue to track those people down. At some point, I'm sure they'll holler or make the connection. But BOLO groups are being set up. We've got the VA has been locked into tactical arbitrage for the VA group, and the VPN access. If you're not familiar, if you run a VA, it's probably good to have VPN access, or they're going to be just killed from several websites. It's almost impossible for them to do their work. I do VPN Express. I'm not like affiliated or plugging them for any reason. Just that's the one that I picked when I went eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let me pick a VPN. My husband uses it quite a bit. So
By the
he's like,
toe.
yeah, yeah. My husband uses that one and had the most experience. So I'd rather go with something that if there's something wrong, at least I know somebody who knows the buttons. And then Facebook group is fine. What else? Bundles. So are there slots open for the BOLO group for the group driven leads? Yes. For the VA group driven leads, no. That is closed. We are done. We kind of had 20 people, and then the interest in it in the last week we felt was not enough. We need to have another at least 15 people be interested in the VA one to bring
Hire
on the
someone.
second VA, and we
Yeah.
had to give the second VA an answer, and so we just went with one VA group, so that way it will be small and tight and run good and not have that floating and be short on the second group. For the bundle group, we have several things in process with people testing out the instructions to make sure that you can get brand approval. And then we've done some work we've gotten some people G10 exemptions. So we've knocked out that, like how to get G10 exemptions and how to go through and do the submission, and gotten that all logged. I have probably put together 30 slides this week, which is exhausting. And that's what that bundle course is going to be about. And it's going to have all the ins and outs and filming when things go wrong, because really that's like 90%. I could easily tell you to make a bundle, just go get brand approval, and then you create your bundle and get G10 exemption for it. There you go. Saved you the money of the course. Now, if you want to see what happens when things go wrong, that's a good meat and potatoes of the course, and then walking through the exact verbiage to use with Amazon and what you're going to have to do. And that's exhausting. I've been fighting with them too. And the fight's just long. There's like no easy magic with Amazon. I wish there was.
And Amazon really has, and it's like, I don't want to spread doom and gloom because I'm not going to leave the Amazon platform. I'm still going to be Amazoning. But certainly in the last year and definitely in these last months, Amazon has just been making so many changes that have just put up so many roadblocks, with the listing creations not, reimbursing for these lost shipments, and these are all part of the things that do change. We adjust, we pivot, and then it becomes the new normal.
Mhm.
Somebody, was it you, Lucy, or there was somebody in our group? I feel like it was you that told me how Amazon was making all these updates in the catalog and doing things. Okay.
Yeah. They
And
have done some changes that caused a ton of glitches.
Yes.
Jose says he tried QuickBooks and got too confused, switched to Inventory Lab. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. Jill says, Jose, I tried QuickBooks and got too confused. I mean, QuickBooks is like for CPAs. It's not for us common folk out here that speak the English and, you know, don't have any clue how to run CPA stuff. It is very confusing. So you're not alone in that confusion. That's why I have her do it and I can't do it.
So, Jill, I see
And
your comment about you're currently having a nightmare trying to list a generic Halloween bundle. Message me privately on Facebook, and I would love to privately one-on-one see if I can help you with that, because that'll also be good for me to see what kind of glitch you are getting, and it could help me with our bundle course. Maybe that's some kind of a thing I could throw in there, because I want the course to help people solve these problems.
you know, Nate says they love the VA. Yay.
Yay. I'm glad about that.
Jose says, Jill, I enter my cost goods individually for each item to see performance of the business and QuickBooks to keep track of supplies, annual cost of goods and supplies. Yeah. Okay. So Nate brings up a good one. The new meltable rule. I did
Mhm.
not pull that up, but it went out this week. And basically, if you, the gist of it is if you send out meltables, merchant fulfilled, and 3 of them are melted, you get 3 meltable complaints, then you will not be able to sell them, I believe. Is you get some
Yeah.
sort of ding.
So basically follow those guidelines of when they say that you can ship them. And Nate and then like myself, we live in Las Vegas where it's very, very hot, and it stays warm here when it's not warm in other states. I mean, I wear t-shirts and shorts all the way up to Halloween here. And it's
Mhm.
still been over 100, and it's in September. So I mean, we stay hot quite a long time.
Yeah. Ben asks, will the course include adding variations to existing listings? Yes, that's the next one that I am actually working on, and also going through flat files and how to do flat files appropriately and
Yes,
get
because
them to
we
go
lost
through.
someone this
And
week.
then all the errors with flat files, because I swear I just deal in errors with flat files all day long and it makes me crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and I do want to mention one more thing. Yes, Sherry just said what I was about to say. Did you see the new USPS hazmat guidelines? I
Oh,
did. I
oh,
got that email this morning from Amazon. Yes, that oh, you had it too.
that
Yes.
was the one that I did get. I forgot to grab multiples, but I got that one.
Yes.
And yeah, for repricer, I use Be Cool. We like Be Cool, and that's what we needed to mention. Holy smokes! Okay, next Friday we're gonna have Samuel from Be Cool on the channel live. I'll look up the date in a second, but we need questions for him. He's like, "What do your people want to see?" And I'm like, "Everything," but I need more specific questions
Yeah,
for
so we
him.
can ask them what you guys want to know.
Yes. So if you could write them here or write them in the group, in the Facebook, or if you're watching this on the delay, not the delay, on the like the replay, there we go. Go ahead and ask any questions you want for Be Cool specifically, and or just repricing in general. Like, what's the difference between regular repricing and AI repricing? What does the AI do? That's a good question that he would be able to answer if you're interested in that. And take a look at that. For hazardous items, what they were talking about is now you have to have a declaration of dangerous goods. Um, anyhow, I have not looked over this and seen what you got to do. I
I
just feel like
believe
it's.
you have to. I did quickly read it this morning.
Mhm.
I was drinking coffee, and Sherry, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you've seen it as well. We are
Mhm.
going to have to label our packages accordingly. So you can get, I believe, on their website. Or definitely through FedEx or UPS website where we order supplies stickers. I believe we have to, like, let's say that this was my package and it had that type of item in there, we will have to sticker the outside labeling that it is hazmat or what have you on the box. And there are stickers for that. In fact, I feel like I even have some over there. because I have like caution heavy. I have different kind of stickers. I believe we have to sticker it and label it so it's visible on the outside of the package. But correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what I remember reading.
I'm dying.
Are you dying? Don't
I'm
die.
dying. Jackson, it's Friday the 23rd. I'm sorry. Not next Friday. Next Friday, I move my son into the dorms. It will be Friday the 23rd at 7 p.m. So mark your calendars for that, or, make note of it to watch on the replay. And if you do ask a question between now and then, it will be answered during that time. And then
Sherry says it's the diamond stickers and the form too. And I think that form is something that sticks on the box, like when you ship international, is what I think that form is.
We will have to read and get back to you.
Yeah.
And when we find out, we'll try and post it in the Facebook groups. I don't know if it will make it like right into the videos or whatnot. We'll see how complicated it is. And these things, like, okay, you get an email about this. You're going, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You know what? And within a week, there's going to be so many like how-tos put out there that I just let people put together the how-tos, and then, all right, now I'm going to take a look at it. I'm not going to freak out about it at the beginning of the week here and worry about it too much. Karen went to donate plasma. They couldn't find a vein in both arms and told me to come back after a lot of water. Yeah. Oh, so I went last night. They wound up sticking me twice here, and then I don't know if you can see, but they bruised up this arm, and it was the first time I was not able to complete a donation. And they stuck me 3 times, which I wasn't too happy about. It is what it is. They said pretty much eat better and drink lots and lots of water. It got clogged up. My blood just got clogged up. Anyhow, good morning. I woke up this morning to 46 price violations. I think you posted this morning too. I saw somebody that, if it wasn't you, woke up to a lot of price violation warnings. Amazon wanting me to price at cost or below, pay fee and pay them fees on top of it. Oh, that's tough. I've
never gotten that many. I have gotten them, and especially through Q4 and especially during the pandemic, I got them, but that is a lot. I've never got that many. So hopefully that's not going to be the new thing coming up.
My question is, are you doing merchant fulfilled, or is it all FBA? Is it one specific category? There's usually a reason. Now, like, we'll talk about Squishmallows. Karen went to Rite Aid, found $100. That's awesome, Karen. But let's talk about Squishmallows. Like, Walgreens has really clearanced out their Squishmallows. They're probably gone by now, because that was, like 3 days old. That was 3 days ago. And clearancing them out, you're going to then have people price tanking. And when they price tank, if your squishy was going for 25 and now it's going for 12, you're going to get flagged in the system. Now, I just wait, because those guys going for $12 going to sell out really quick, and then it will go back up to 25. But if you have something that's really close, sometimes changing it by 50 cents will get it out of that pricing error. And now that I've seen it 2 or 3 times this morning, I'm wondering if it's just a glitch and it will get worked out in the next day or 2 here.
Possibly.
It could be that. Jill will give me my firstborn child. Don't give me any more children. I'm already having enough anxiety about that. I will keep that. Okay. Do we have any other housekeeping stuff to do? I think that might be it. We talked about bolos, bundles, FBA. The queen dying. That was really sad.
Yeah. She's been the queen most of us for our entire lives.
Yeah. Well, unless if you're older than 94.
Yeah.
Or when did she come into the crown? Wasn't it in her 20s? She
was very young. She was like 21, 22. She was very young.
So I guess there's some that could be watching that are older than that. So, it is sad, and everybody's going to be mourning and whatnot. And it makes me wonder if, like, I have sold some Princess Diana and some Kate is it her name Middleton? Middletown? What's Kate's last name before she was married?
I would have told you, but then you just said that.
Anyhow, sometimes I will see British stuff in the American stores. Every once in a while, it's profitable. And I'm wondering, like, I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of commemorative
Mhm.
memorabilia things. And I don't know. Same with like my mom just watched the Elvis show that just came out. And
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if that's going to kick up sales and merchandise. Middleton, thank you. I knew it was Middleton. Um, I wonder if when I'm scanning now this Christmas, if I see anything that's English, if we have enough demand for it in the United States, because we're not supposed to really support the Queen, right? We were bad children, went off and created a new nation. But I think that's all water under the bridge. I hope so. It's been a couple hundred years. My father-in-law taught U.S. history, so he's always talking about it. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. So today we wanted to go over polling reports, right?
Yes. Pulling
Okay.
reports in Inventory Lab based on what you sold last year during quarter 4. I mean, really, you could go back all the years you've sold on Amazon should you want to. This is something I like to do every single month anyway, but especially during the Q4 season. So I want to know, what did I sell last year during Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas? Things like food items that are still going to be around this year. Um, Even if it's like items, maybe last year it was one model or style. This year there's going to be something comparable. I want to pull my sales. And sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, I sold that. I forgot about it. I want to put that on the list. Let me see if I can find it. Is it still going to be good this year? And this is something that I really encourage everybody to do.
Yes. Yes. So we want to go through and show you the reports and then kind of like what we're looking at. So obviously this is an inventory lab.
Yeah.
Chelsea says the country feels off balance. Are you talking about the US or England? I know England's off balance for sure. And I do feel it here like really off balance, which is I didn't think I'd feel that way. I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't, but I do, which is it is a sadness. So uh these top four
Mhm.
reports, I pull and look at supplier, category, and then ASIN. I don't do SKU profitability because it's covered in ASIN, really.
That's the way I feel about it as well. And so I generally will pull it when I'm first going through by ASIN profitability, and then I will organize it to show me the highest profiting item, because you maybe have sold less. Like on this report here, the second one was only 20 units and the third one was 181 units. So I certainly like the things that I sell only 20 units of, you know say, to make more profit than 181, although this one really isn't in that order. But where you see profit with
Yeah,
the
we're not
two,
looking at this sheet. Don't look behind here. This
I'm
is like
sorry.
this month.
Okay.
This was just to show that part.
To where
I
to get it.
have so what you're going to do is you're going to select which report you have, and I put them in order from top to bottom. We got supplier first, then category, then ASIN,
Yeah.
and then you're going to go to the date because it's going to pull the last 30 days for default,
Right.
and that's where that sheet was. So that's like I don't know. That's this
Yeah.
last 30 days,
Yes.
and I just pulled for this today between 11:01 and 12:31. I figured that captures most of
Right.
my
Yes.
Q4ness last year. And then you're going to be able to pick a file name. It defaults to supplier profitability 99715 in the morning. I pulled this. You can name them whatever you want. I rarely go back and look at them. I just kind of delete them when I'm done looking because you can go
Yeah.
pull the data again. I don't need to clog my computer up with a whole bunch of things, but
Yeah.
if you wanted to, you could. So supplier, I went through you were talking about you sort them by profit and ROI or profit first.
By profit. Yeah. So I personally organize mine by profit, which is what it looks like you've done here. Um, because I want to see the things that made me the most money, right?
Well, yeah. But to go with that, I would rather sell 20 items with a profit of $40 than, sell 40 items.
With that same profit, profit of
Yeah,
40.
I'm not sure I'm saying that all right, but I'd rather sell higher profitable items then more items.
Yes.
There we go. I think that'll work. Yeah, my brain's still foggy. Tina's been putting up with me all morning. I did also want to look at just the merchant fulfilled shipping because that's going to tell me which ones I did merchant fulfilling on. You know,
Yes.
these ones that are like $0, those are all my FBA sales, which is good too. I mean, you want to look at your, what did you send in that was good to sell during
But
Q4
look at
time.
that top one. You sold 1,653 units of that. Like, holy crap.
Yes, there were some that, I you only make like $2 or $4 on, but if I'm selling 20 a day, crank it out, man. It was an easy clear the shelf type of thing.
Yeah.
The other thing that I will do with these forms, just to look, especially when we get into category, but look at your return rate. I had
Hmm.
21 refunds out of 1,600 units.
So what?
Exactly. So if you're wondering, like, I sold that last year, what was the return rate? Because sometimes we get this idea in our head that, oh my God, I can't do clothes. The return rate on clothes or shoes is too high. Okay, do some and then go pull the numbers. What is your actual return rate? Was it
That's
really
right.
that bad, or are you kind of just making it out bad? You know how
Yeah.
you have that one customer that's kind of a jerk and then they just make you sour and whatever it is. You want to make sure that your perception is not the reality of
And
what's
that
going
particular item, it looked like you only merchant fulfilled it. So it's like you merchant fulfilled 1,653 of those items. It's like, and it's like it blows your mind sometimes when you think, my God, I handled that many packages myself. Because sometimes the numbers blow my mind too. And it's just
on. I
like every
know.
morning you're just hurrying up and you're just like, you got this conveyor belt on your table of stuff you're packing and prepping and shipping, and it's just like, gosh, I wish it could be this way all year long. I love Q4. It just excites me.
I feel that way, because I look in the office and it is dead quiet. It's in the morning before any packers have shown up. And, lately it's just been me and one person. And I sell anywhere from 70 to 160 items a day. And you think, like, if I had a store, that would be like 100 people walking into the store every day. Can
Right.
you imagine owning a storefront and having 100 people go in and out with the size of area you were in? And I know a lot of you guys are in like your living room and garage. I mean, I was in my garage. Could you imagine 100 people coming into your garage and being like, I want to buy something? That's just crazy
Mhm.
pants to me.
Yeah.
Jose says, what rate per pound did you end up leaving in your template for merchant fulfilled orders? $4.99 per pound plus $4.99 plus for each additional pound. And I took Guam out. I don't like Guam. I don't like Guam shipping. I shipped to Guam like twice and it was a loss each time. And I'm like, that's it. No more Guam for you.
Yeah, I've had issues sending to Guam as well.
Yeah. So the next one is category. So this is
Mhm.
again is where if you wanted to see your return rate, where is my clothing?
And this does not shock me that during Q4, the top two selling items are toy and grocery. This does not surprise me.
Yeah. So I don't remember what we were calculating it earlier, but let's see here. In clothing, this is what I do. So I'll pull this for the year at the end of the year. 34 out of 332, 10% return rate, 10.2% return rate. So, is that right? Is it wrong? It's about average. 10% return rate on clothing is about average. You get about
Hmm.
10 back. You got to see if it's worth it to you or not.
Yeah.
What were you saying about right before that?
Oh, that the top two categories that you sold in during Q4 was toys and groceries.
Yep.
Those two categories do not surprise me. Those
Hmm.
are historically the most popular two categories during quarter four.
That's just like supplier. I look at my suppliers, but I also take it with a grain of salt. If I spend 80% of my time in Walmart, guess where my sales are going to be? Like 80% are going to be from Walmart.
Yeah.
So, if you want to test new stores, make sure that you're spending about the same time and equivalent in each store. Like, let's say you want to compare sales between Ross, TJ Maxx, and Burlington. Well, every week, did you go to one of each, or did you go to three Burlingtons and one Ross and one Marshalls?
Yeah.
And it's not quite a true apples to apples, but that could be fine too. I love going to. I have really close to me Target, Walmart, and Fred Meyer and Big Lots. So those are the stores I frequent because they're right
Mhm.
next to me. Learn the closest ones you have. Learn them inside, outside. Take the manager to lunch. I don't know, whatever you got to do to get intimate with those stores. You learn the layout, you learn their coupons, you learn their sales cycles,
Yeah.
and don't worry about the stores that aren't next to you. I say that like I see sales all the time for Five Below. I have no Five Below. I have no Aldi, and I could sit here and I could whine and complain that I don't have those stores next to me, or I just learn the ones that are next to me.
Hmm.
This one is ASIN profitability.
Yes.
So I look at a lot of different things on this. Like Tina said, that's her favorite sheet to start off with too, right?
Yes. Yeah, the ASIN, because that's the exact item that sold, right? So it's like I know that I want to source toy and food. You would figure that out just by searching on your ASIN profitability. And
Yep.
so, did you organize this by profit? Yes, you did. So you see the one that you made $497 profit on, you sold 57 units. The one below it with 474, I mean, very close to it, you had to ship off 212 of those. Now, would I still do both of those? Yes. But it's like, wow, I really like that I only had to do 57 units to make almost that same amount of profit. Is that still going to sell again this year? And then what I further do is then I will say whatever that item was that you sold 57 units of. I will then go in where you can sort it, not by the lump together by ASIN profitability, but by orders. And so I will put in, that ASIN for orders. So it breaks it down on that report that every single thing is just that ASIN, but I want to see what time frame did I sell it in. So let's pretend that those 57 units was candy canes, and I shipped in 57 of them in the beginning of November. Did I sell all 57 before December even hit? Or did those whole 57 units last me just right before Christmas? Because if I sold out of them in late November, say up or December the 5th, I know that I want to double that. I want to send in like 120 units this year of those candy canes. So that's how I also further calculate. Maybe I didn't buy enough. Maybe I could buy more. Maybe I bought just the right amount. But this is how I will analyze my numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So from this sheet, I can go through and sort it by merchant fulfilled, shipping, and FBA orders, and then make plans on when I'm going to send in and what I'm going to merchant fulfill. Because you're absolutely right. That top one, I mean, FBA did that, so I'll have to go look because I can't remember what I did because I took out
Right.
the information there. And then the 212, I'm pretty sure that was a candy that I just replenned, and it was a poly bag and go. That really, if I have to tape up a box and do bubble wrap and do a bunch of work for it, that's labor. And
Yeah.
for that much labor, I'm not going to do it if it's only got 30%, 37% ROI. If it's a slap and go and I can do 50 of
Yes.
them in 20 minutes all day long, I will
Like
do that. So
several years ago when Kmart and Sears were both like booming and still in business, before they went down, I
back
was
in my day.
buying Mickey Mouse Christmas ornaments from there. And I would try to order as many online as I could, hit every Kmart in town, try to order it off Kmart's website because I was packing up about 50 units a day of this Mickey Mouse Christmas ornament. And it's like, and it was super easy it wasn't glass. It was like, how they have those little hard ornaments. And
Mhm.
so I wrapped them up in a bubble mailer and then, and just slapped my shipping label on it. I would sit on the living room floor watching TV with all these bubble mailers and ornaments. So I'd watch TV as I'm just like, peel and stick, peel, stick, and then I would just mass print out all the labels because it was all the same item. So it was super easy to do. And that just is so exciting.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we did with this one candy. I had, somebody helping me out, and I said, we did whatever, 50 today, and you still have a little bit of time on your shift. Go ahead and pre-do, another 20 singles. Um, every once in a while we'd have somebody order a 2-pack, order two things together. So I would never pack everything up, but you can pre-packed too. That saves you some headache as well. Um, what else was I going to say about this sheet? There's some things. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Well, you want to look at the good, also look at the bad. There were some items that I lost money on.
Yeah.
And why did you lose money? Was it price tank? Did Amazon come back in stock? It will happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Amazon will be out of stock of whatever, and then all of a sudden they come in stock. And I don't want to say you're screwed, but you're going to have a percentage of finds that look amazing, and then that happens, and you're going to have to take a loss.
Yep.
You want to make sure that that is not excessively high or excessively low. Well, if it's excessively low, talk to me, because you maybe you know something that I don't. But from all the bolos that I do, I always expect one or two to fail for outside reasons. Like, you're just never going to have perfect finds all the time. We can sit here, we can look at Keepa charts all day long, we can do data analysis all day long.
Yeah.
And there will still be something that happens with one of
Always.
your finds.
Last year, there were 2 items that I got that I didn't physically see in the store. Online, it looked good. One of them was from Kohl's, and it was this like giant robot toy. It looked like an action figure, so I thought it was a regular action figure. When I got it, oh my God, good Lord, this thing was like 3 feet tall. I had no idea on the Kohl's website it was that big. It looked like an action figure. So I forgot what I paid for it, but it was expensive. And I ended up, like, let's say it cost me $70. I don't remember what it was, and I think I profited $16 on them because
Mhm.
of how big they were, because I could only fit 3 to a box. So it's like you had to figure out what it cost me to ship it into Amazon's fees. And then I kept a couple behind to merchant fulfill. And then there was another toy I got from Target. It was a Bluey dog plush. And I know you remember this, Lucy, because I thought it was, again, like a Squishmallow size. I got it. And again, it was one of those, it was like, holy mother of God. I had no idea this thing was going to be so big. And so my shipping labels on them, I think they were like $15. And I had
Mhm.
put them down in poly bags. I didn't box them. And I think I maybe made like $1.50 on them in the end, because I had no idea they were going to be so huge. So I make these mistakes too.
We had, let me see here, one of our big ones last year was a little tyke something. And when I was at the store, I'm like, oh, this is clearly under a pound. And it was an item that really needed to go in more of a box than a bag. And that adds a bit of weight. And it just tipped it over the pound weight. And when it tipped it over the pound weight, then it was like 50 cents a dollar profit. And
Yeah.
so luckily, I always buy 5 or 10 and then figure that out. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, we won't do that again. And there was another one that, oh, yeah. There was a Nerf gun. And it was like a Target when Nerf goes on sale. I want to say we bought for 30, sold for 65 or something. But it was one of those that was big.
Really big.
And so the shipping was bad. And it was only $5 or $10 profit, which normally $5 or $10 profit is fine. But we had to take 2 or 3 large poly bags, take them out, tape it together like a freaking Christmas gift. And after 10 minutes, I'm like, screw this, not doing this one again.
Especially when you have $30 into it to only make 5, and this
Yeah.
happens, every year I still make these mistakes. It happens, it's like I'm not perfect. But
Mhm.
hey, I'd still rather take the $5 on a fast flipping thing than have lost. But
Oh,
had I known that going in when I purchased it at 30, I wouldn't have, say, purchased it.
yeah, yeah. And you learn these things. I mean, I've bought chocolate and then the chocolate is broken or, doesn't make it to the customer and you wind up with too high returns. You're like, not worth the hassle. So don't go in too deep on anything. Always do a couple test buys and go from what you did the previous year on what was good and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think this is it. The last slide. I think it was the same.
By
Yeah.
store. You did it by supplier.
Yes. So I went through and I took out a bunch of suppliers. I just picked some of the big ones that I know we're all going to be sourcing from. Fred Meyer's, Kroger, if you have Kroger in your area. You probably have Kroger in your area because they got like 15 different names they go under. Walmart, Big Lots, I left here and I sorted it, did something. I can't remember what I sorted it by. Anyhow, maybe orders. So I had 212 orders from Fred Meyer. They're clearly merchant fulfilled orders.
Yeah.
100 from Walmart that were FBA. Looking at the profit and the margins and whatnot, this one was only 20% profit. So I don't know if I would do that one again. Here's
And you
one
get
where
one
I
one.
lost, and that was a plush where Amazon got back on it, and then I just had to dump my inventory. I was pretty pissed about that one.
But you see, the wins outweigh the losses, and
Yeah.
so it's like you still end up ahead. And this is just the way it works. We all have wins, we all have losers, but most of us have more wins than losses.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, the idea is you go out and you find 20 different replens that will crush it during Q4, and you're going to have two of them fail for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Figure out your exit plan. Do you just dump them, take a little bit of a loss and walk away? Do you sell them on eBay? Do you try to make a new, make a bundle out of them or save them for another thing? Can they be saved till next year or some other reason?
yeah.
There's lots of different things you can do. I usually like to just dump and get out, like move on with my life, get done. We have a couple questions here. Jose says, if the return rate is 10%, do you try to source 40% ROI instead of 30% if that's your goal? The thing with clothes is out of those 34 returns, I probably only saw a couple of them because they get returned and then they get resold. So most of your clothing goes back to Amazon and then gets resold and you don't see it. So out of the 10%, I maybe see 2% of those returns back to me. And out of those 2%, half the time I'll put it up on eBay, half the time I just damage it out and donate it. When I am sourcing clothes, though, I have been trying to go for a higher ROI in general, maybe a 50%, versus my mentality going into Q4 is going to be different on the what it is. If it's a bag of candy that's literally throw into a poly mailer and go, then if I can make $2 a piece off of it and do 50 a day, all day long, I'll do it. If it's a toy that requires a lot of packing and whatnot, but I'm going to make $12 a piece, then I'll do that too. But it's going to, you got to balance that labor versus expense versus capital tied up.
Yeah.
Hello, Shabby Wonder. How are you today? And Karen says she had no idea about any of this. You are welcome. Best place to get ungated in OTC medications. Sorry if you've answered it a lot.
And we've answered it a lot.
I want to say, what would you say for OTC right now?
Um, I don't know if that company is still in business. It's called like Winers. It looks like or Wieners. I don't know.
I know we always called it
Wiener Weiner.
WEINER.
Mm-hmm.
Try that. They have some OTC stuff. They're not quite. There was another one. I'll have to look it up here, but it's not okay. So PharmaPax is done, right? PharmaPax is gone.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of problems going on with them leaving and whatnot.
Somebody said you can use Amazon to
Yeah.
Amazon Tylenol.
Amazon. That's a good.
Bing, bada bang.
We found one the other day for Nate, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was Tylenol though. But yeah, OTC would be best doing Amazon to Amazon. If you're trying to find something else, there are a few pharmaceutical places online that will do
Every
wholesale.
time I see OTC, I still think of that song. Who's down with OPP? Who's down with OTC? Tylenol for me. My husband says I have a song for everything.
They were playing oldies yesterday when I got into the car and thought there was a bunch of hip hop like that we were rocking out to. Buy Advil 200 milligrams. Google it. FDA sheet is available. Yep. Yeah, I do know that one. I think I was helping Elizabeth or Nate with, I think it was Advil or Tylenol, but a lot of the FDA sheets are available online for those medicines. ROI on shoes. I don't really source shoes anymore. What about
I don't
you?
either. No, no. If I do, it's like Crocs or that kind of really light stuff. Flip flops, slides. I don't do regular shoes anymore.
Yeah, I'll look for deer foams. I love doing the deer foam slippers if I can find them for a good price.
Yeah,
But,
things like that. Slippers. Yeah, I just
all
don't.
of,
I don't do shoes anymore.
all of my places rip the tops off the boxes. It's silly.
Yeah.
I can't find a source of shoes that the shoe box is not beat up. I mean, they just look like garbage. And these are like brand new, like I'm not going to a garage sale here, people. I'm going to a store and you're selling it and it looks like garbage and the kids go through and just ransack it. And I don't know what they're doing. Kicking the boxes, something.
Yeah.
Nate says we're still having trouble with Tylenol. Okay, on third attempt.
Mm.
So maybe that isn't a good one. I can go to Weiner. And there's
Mhm.
another place too. I can't think of the name of it. What else is on our list? Tina, you were in charge of this.
Yeah. I'm so good at being in charge. We were talking about possibly how we vet an idea if
Oh
we
yeah, yeah.
um, think it will be something good to buy this year, a new item, maybe something that we're looking at for the first time, and it's possibly seasonal item. How would we decide if it might be a good seller on Amazon by looking at Keepa?
Okay. Let me share this and then we'll dive into that. Jose says, "Why no shoes?" I can't find them. Period.
I
I
just
can't find them in
don't
good shape.
have a big interest in sourcing them. That's why.
Yeah, it's pain in the tush. There's just a lot, and it's a lot of work, and I don't have access to it. Like, why am I going to pass up all of this stuff that I have access to go try and do shoes? Like,
And there's nothing wrong with selling shoes. I
yeah,
just don't, it's like we all gravitate to things we like. Shoes just isn't something I'm real excited about. I don't know. It's just me.
exactly, exactly. Like if I was walking past oodles of shoes that I could source, I'd be all over the shoes. But I'm not. I'm literally walking past
Yeah.
garbage, 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 and I have to hunt it down. So we've got all sorts of Advil here from Weiner, and then they may have paperwork there. I don't know, or you can try online to find paperwork. I will do a couple searches while Tina brings up her screen here.
Oh, let me open up Amazon.
Oh,
I didn't have it open. Got busy with all of us just chatting.
yep, just chatting away. Oh, ibuprofen box at 24. Look at that one. Advil. What is the paperwork you need for OTC? What is it called? It's just the FDA paperwork. FDA. We'll type that in and see what we can come up with. See if we can get some things going for y'all. We're here to help. We're trying to help. Jose says, I love hoodies and jackets. That's another one where I don't find a whole bunch that are profitable. I would love to find more that are profitable, but that is I'm finding okay, like you gotta just do digging. I mean, it's tough. You gotta dig and dig and dig. But we've got I don't know what site this is, but FDA drug at FDA documents. I don't know if this is what Amazon wants because I don't think it is. And then we've got just the ibuprofen paperwork on what it is. I'll keep poking
Okay.
around. Are you ready to share?
Yeah, I can share. You got to tell me, or because I'm over on Amazon now. Can
Okay.
you share it?
No, you got to add it to the stream.
I did. Share screen.
Uh, you got to click the screen part.
Yep.
And as soon as you click it, it goes immediately on. So then we get the
So
little weird.
am I sharing it because I'm on Amazon, so I can't see what you're seeing?
No, you have to go to StreamYard and hit share.
I did.
Well, it's not working. Orange Book. They want the address and phone number for the. Okay, hold on. How many hours do we both work? Ha! Too many. Too many. It's hard. I've never actually tracked my hours because I like this morning I got in and I pulled some slides for y'all and then I did my crypto stuff. So, that wasn't work for Amazon, it was crypto stuff. And then I have to leave early to get my daughter from volleyball practice now. And then tomorrow we got to get our RV ready because we're going to take the RV up to get rid of my son to get my son into college. And I we got to do things there. But sometimes on Saturday, I'll do sourcing or go grocery shopping, but then I add in personal stuff. So it just blends in. And I just really try to listen to my body and say, do I need a break? Do I not need a break? What does my body need? Does it need more exercise? Does it need more balance, and address those as they go. Now, this morning, early, I had a customer. No, that was late at night. Sorry. Late at night, I had a customer who was pissed that they got something shipped from Amazon in a poly mailer and please ship it again in a box. And they're rude. They were absolutely rude. So I
If
sent
it
back my
arrives safe
reply.
and sound, who cares?
I sent back my reply that I have a template, which we've shared the templates a number of times too. I sent back all my items shipped from Amazon warehouse. I can't help you with the problem, but I can direct you where to get help, and gave them the Amazon customer service. This is how you do an order. This is how you do a return blanket template, and the bird in the air. But yeah, so last night I'm answering an email, but this morning I'm working on crypto, and then this afternoon I'm going to get my daughter from volleyball and just trying to balance it out. But can feel 24/7. It can feel 24/7. So if it's feeling 24/7, it's time for a day off or to balance that out somehow. Which Sunday I will not be working on Sunday. We are going to a family reunion.
Which is fun. The reason why I cannot share my screen is like before when my camera wasn't working, I've got to get that pop up to go to system preferences. Then I got to do a thing. Then I got to reboot the computer. For whatever reason, it lost permission in StreamYard for me to share my screen. So I wasn't checking the warning that kept popping up here. So that's why my screen wasn't sharing. And as far as how many hours a day do I work, I wake up very early in the morning. I don't like that I do, but I do. It's an
No, that's still
ongoing
the
issue.
night. When you wake up at 3 in the morning, that's still the night.
Okay. I've been waking up at 4 to 5 a.m. every morning. Before that, I was waking up, like Lucy said, sometimes 2 and 3 a.m. And I don't like it, but I just have problems with sleep. So I'm usually up definitely between 4 and 5 a.m. and I'm drinking coffee and I start right away with my phone of going through notices, what have you, as I'm having coffee. And then I usually quit working every day anywhere between 4 and 5 o'clock at night. So I generally go those entire hours. I have my phone set to go on silent just for peace of mind. So I'm not distracted by the dings and calls and because my phone never stops with messenger and messages and phone calls and email notices. And so for my own peace of mind, I usually quit with my phone around 5 o'clock at night, and then it goes on silent, and I try not to look at it again until I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I recently redid my phone, and I got to do a video on that. But uh, I at 4 o'clock, it's pretty much I'm wrapping it up here at the office, and I take care of my family and dinner and whatever else we need to do, and then I'm usually watching TV with my husband at night, unless if I need to do something for work. And then I do work. The balance on that is because I'm off so early at 4, I'm typically working on a Saturday or Sunday or a combination of that to get other things done. And that's not all Amazon. Like I do my YouTube video editing and distribution on the weekends because I really just can't get it done. I don't know why. I need to sit down when it's quiet. So when she's at ice skating, I can sit down and I can get the templates or not the templates, the what do you call it, the thumbnails and crud done. So that's not Amazon. It's just a stream of income that I enjoy doing. So I need to dedicate some sort of point to do it.
Yeah.
So we've got questions and I've got answers. Does anybody do Amazon to Amazon flips? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Every week we talk about it.
Yes. I'm scared I'm going to get in trouble. I don't use Prime. Yeah, don't do Prime and do it on your business account. So set up a business account, non-Prime, and then you can buy there and flip on Amazon and be good.
Yeah.
Haha, my daughter made freshman team and her practice and games are butchering my work. Yep,
Yeah.
family just gets in the way, doesn't it?
Well, because it's a carpooling. It's a carpooling there. It's a carpooling back home. And it's like then you know that you can only squeeze so much of work in this little time frame. And it does. It really makes a difference.
And I typically, when I go to ice skating practices, and I'm just talking practices, not like games and whatnot. I will bring catalogs to scan and or do my email, etc. So like when I'm giving blood, that's usually my time to go through and just file emails. So am I working or am I just optimizing boring time standing in line at the blood center?
And
Yeah.
when I was still working full time, I had the type of job that had downtime. And so I
Hmm.
used to bring my laptop to work. And then when I was at work, I was either researching products or I was cleaning up suppressed listings or, I was always finding things to do during that downtime. You can squeeze in a lot of stuff during downtimes. A few years ago when my son was hospitalized and I was at the hospital every day for like 3 weeks, I would bring my computer there. So when there was calm time in the hospital room and not a lot going on, I was doing whatever I could for my business during that time. So, it's amazing the amount of work you can squeeze into these little slots of downtime.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Nicole says I've done Amazon to Amazon, 3 ungating brands. Awesome. Jose, I shared the templates. This is what I'm talking about. I need that phone setting. If you run iPhone, it's just called your like what's it called? Your setting or it's the do not disturb. It's
I think it's a do not disturb setting.
yeah, it's in the settings. So during work, like I don't get my emails on my phone during my work time, so I can crunch it and focus. Otherwise, I was finding that my attention was getting disrupted so much. It was
Yes.
literally making me crazy.
Like my phone is sitting right here, but I just have it, the volume turned off because believe you me, it would be dinging and pinging right now.
Mhm. There we go. So this is the email that I sent out to that lady last night. But go ahead and to somebody asked me this, I got to respond to him to make a copy. You go up here and you can make a copy of said spreadsheet. So you can go ahead and do that. And if you don't know how to do that, like
Just
I'm not sure if I want to click on any of these because I
yeah.
so
You
tend to
just
click
highlight
on
it,
things
do
and
copy and paste, and then fill in your port, for your
yep.
name.
No, it's not copy and paste. You could do that too. You can just
Yeah.
copy and paste.
There you
But
go.
there's a way to make a copy of this. It's like
You just hit
file,
the
make a
file
copy.
button and then you choose copy. That's it.
I'm worried. Yeah, make a copy. There we go.
Yep.
I get worried clicking
I
on things
know.
because I have personal stuff. But this is the one that I used last night to that lovely lady customer. Um, something that's professional. And there you go, Jackson. Click and make a copy. Christelle says recently, now I can't purchase certain random items from my Amazon business account. It says this item cannot be purchased from this account. Am I in trouble? I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it. That's not good. You might have flagged something in the system. The best thing you could do is maybe call them and see what they see on their end. What do you use for Wi-Fi when you wait for the kids? Hotspot. I'm afraid to connect the Wi-Fi. I just use the Wi-Fi that is there. My phone auto connects to the ice skating rink Wi-Fi in there. Is there a video for ungating OTC? I have not, and personally would not purchase from the website he is suggesting, but the does go over to how to get FDA documents to submit for. I'm not sure what video anybody's recommending. Did I miss something? I
No,
might have
I
missed
don't think
something.
that she clicked. I don't think she pasted the link to the YouTube video in the chat.
No, I pasted the template link. So, here is a YouTube. Okay. I don't know if you're allowed to link the video, Caffeinated Hustler. So you may just have to describe it because there's settings on YouTube that when you join things you can't. It's to cut down on spam, like to have people spamming in there. But yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. All right. Did you want me to go? I logged out of Amazon so that I could do this. By the way,
Well,
Lord of the Rings is
you got to keep a close watch on time because I know there's coaching clients coming up next.
yeah, we've got at least 20 minutes.
Okay.
Good. We're good. Where did you want me to go?
Well, we were talking about how we would decide if an item would still be a good seller this year. So yeah, there you go. You could look up candy cane because right now the ranks and the prices are probably not really hot on a lot of candy canes. Not people are not really buying them. The people that are selling them this cheap, like that one for $6.99, that's clearly left over from last Christmas, or they got them for like 3 cents. For the people that buy closeouts, and they're flipping them now because candy canes do sell all year. So we
Mhm.
might want to look at a candy cane listing that we think we're going to source and find out, is this candy cane a good buy? Wow, three
I think
bucks.
that's private label there. Okay, I've opened about 3 of them. And well, let's just do, there we go. Then we've got a couple to look at. So, wintergreen. Let's take a
I
look
love
at that.
green.
It would be small and light. I don't particularly like shipping candy canes because it's
They usually fit
the
into
break.
these boxes right here. If
Mm.
and they're usually lightweight enough that it still ends up being first class. If you want to ship them yourself, merchant fulfilled, or into Amazon. And I don't know how much Brock's candy canes are. What are they, like $2.50? Um, I'm guessing this year they're probably going to be $4.99. With inflation. But let's say they're about two, you're still going to profit. So when you're looking at Keepa, like let's pretend this wasn't a profitable item. We want to see what did it sell for during the height of Q4? Did it price tank? Did it hold steady? Or was it higher priced? So you always want to look at the history pricing when you're outsourcing. Currently, maybe these candy canes aren't profitable. But were they profitable in the height of the season? It looks like they stay pretty steady during them. They went pretty high, $7. Then they went down as low as what, five something in November.
Yeah, 525 I think is the low.
Yeah, and then at that very peak when there's a crap ton of sellers on it, was it still holding steady? And it still was what, five? I can't really read that on my laptop. Or is that
It looks
$6?
like third party FBA was 6, new
$6.
520, and then 24 offer counters on that
Right.
one.
And we can see that they were also selling like hotcakes there by that graph in the middle. And so do we still profit, with a whole bunch of sellers on it in the height of Christmas season if it's only going for $5?
No, not really. You'd have to get them for like 50 cents to make it worth it. And
Right.
even
And
that
a lot of people do buy these because candy canes have a long, long shelf life. So a lot of people scoop all this stuff up on clearance after Christmas and then either hold on to it and send it in or sell it merchant fulfilled all year long. So they're going to make the money on it. And you have to be willing to buy and hold on some of those things. So on an item like that, I might buy it and get in on it early, but I'm not going to buy it in the height of the Christmas time. My mom went to Walmart yesterday and she sent me pictures, and the Walmart she was at had a ton of Christmas blow ups out already in the garden department and a bunch of Christmas ornaments. So they're already starting to put out some Christmas right now.
So what I do, thank you, PM Porter. That is very kind of you. We super
Yes.
duper appreciate it. It goes into our coffee fund to stay caffeinated. Ah, thank you, thank you. What I will do is do this search, and I'm going down and I'm selecting the time frame of Q4. I'm looking to see if it had a decent price, that if I stayed at right around that $8.50 to $9 range, what are my margins going to be? And then I will either screenshot this and put it into a file, screenshot and put it into my phone, add it to cart, add it to a list, add it to something to keep track of what you're looking out for. Because I will then also take this title and do a search for it too, see what stores are selling Jolly Rancher candy canes.
Yeah, I would say that Keepa chart, just at quick glance, it looked like the price stayed steady on the low level, and then there
Mhm.
were definitely where it peaked. So, I mean, just looking at the price history, I would say price history that looked great.
Yep. Yeah. And there's no small and light advantage unless if you're sending it into Amazon. But, the other thing is on here, you can see that it's 5 ounces and 5.28 ounces. So it's going to be first class.
It's going to be first class.
And I would put it in a box, and I would get you some cheap tissue paper to pack in with. And take a look at that. How many offer counters? 13 people were on it. But I'll do a quick Google search, see if it's being sold at what stores. Oriental Trading, possibly. Walgreens. What is that? Why did that even come up? That's like not even. Might not be out around at the stores. We've got grocery.com for $10. Whew. Yeah, definitely not out yet. So you'd want to have some way of keeping track of this when it does get back in stock. Jose says, is it still profitable to sell meltables when you add the cost of ice packs? Depends on the item.
It depends. What's your profit margin on it as it is? How much do your ice packs cost? You just have to do your math.
Yeah. I figure in probably an extra $1 for just general meltable stuff when I'm looking at raw margins.
Yeah, I mean, if your profit on it as it is without ice packing it is already $5, those ice packs are really cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say 64 cents is my base for an ice pack and base things. But if it's going to be, a lot of ice, I don't know how much chocolate we're selling here. Those giant Easter bunnies, or are we talking a little pack of candy here? Yeah. How much ice do you got to put in there?
It looks like the math.
Yep. $10.95. I've seen these ones before. Hot cocoa candy canes. So we're looking at a
price during the height of Q4 is $10.95.
Looks like $10.95 all day till it probably went on sale this Black Friday, and then boom, price went down to $9.99. So not too bad.
Yeah.
Depends on what you get them from. If these are dollar store candy canes, easy peasy. If they are expensive, not so much. These I saw at the grocery store, Smith's. So Kroger.
They sell them at Walmart. They sell those at Big Lots. You see those everywhere.
I'm trying to remember the price. I want to say it was
I don't remember either.
$4.99.
I feel like they're also like around the $5 price. And it looks like Amazon never came off of that. Oh, there we go. They were off of it during Christmas. So see, that's another thing. Right now, you might think, oh, this isn't good. Amazon's always on it. But when you go back to Christmas time, Amazon goes out of stock.
Amazon went out of stock. It held at $8.89, $8.88. And I want to say I looked at this and it was not profitable with whatever it was at the thing. Because I remember I looked at this and I scanned it. And there's a 2-pack of this one. There was like a 2-pack, a 3-pack.
Yeah, down below, frequently bought together. I see the 2-pack listing.
Oh, yeah. Booyah. That's another thing that I do like to go on. And that's especially if you do get leads lists and stuff, and maybe they highlight that single, that you want to make sure that you're not skipping over any multi-packs that would be
bundle opportunities. Yeah, this bundle, I can tell you right now, that one wouldn't be profitable. But at glance of what it is right now.
Jeez. Look at that. So it was going for $12.50. So there's no way you're going to sell the single for $10 when there's a 2-pack right next for $12. Because as a customer, what are you going to go? $2 more. I'm going to get the 2-pack, right?
And I'm telling you, the people that are selling these are definitely people that are getting them when they went on deep clearance, because there's no way they found that anywhere cheaper than you can get them other than closeout companies.
Exactly. Okay, Jose, I'm going to give you...
Candies have long expirations on them. So when, the stores do their shelf pulls and you're buying things that way, ice pack sheets, there you go.
Okay, this is also available to anybody who wants it. I've got my supplies, USPS supplies, and my OA template outlines, like just different ways you can do an OA template. I popped them in there. So go to here. This is the ice pack sheet that I use. If you want, you can use my affiliate link down below too. It would be lovely. But these are the ice pack sheets that I
Now these
use.
come flat. If
Mhm.
I had some in here in my room, I would show you. But there you go, like that picture that shows them cutting them. These come really flat. They're very lightweight. And what you do is you can cut them for as many pieces as you need. You get them wet in the sink and they expand. It's like a gel inside. They expand a bit. I guess Lucy's going to grab one, and then you throw it in your freezer. And so when I'm selling the meltables that I need to ice pack, usually I only use two of those little squares, and I put one on each side of the bag of candy. Yep, they're very small, but they're very cold, and I'll put one candy one on the bottom, and then I roll it really good in a bubble mailer, so that way I have the cold on each side.
Shoot. Hold on, now
Now
I've
that's a frozen one because that one's expanded, but yes, they're
yes.
very flat when you get it.
And that was awesome. I opened up the back end coating on my desktop here. Um, so let's see here on my supply list. This might be an I haven't updated this year on my prices because everything has gone up in price this year. But they roughly cost me 12 cents a piece. And then if I do a thermal bubble mailer, it's 55 if you are mailing in a thermal mailer. Um, these thermal mailers are like this, so they
So you're
keep
talking
things cold.
about 81 cents if you use that mailer and two of those cold packs,
Right.
and
So
maybe
that's why
you
I'm
only
like,
need one cold pack, you
if
know?
it's still, yeah, if it's still profitable after taking $1 off, then you know you've accounted for enough, uh, enough bubble wrap, ice packs, all
Yeah,
of
and then
those
if you're
things.
putting it in the post office flat rate bubble mailer, if you're slipping it down into that, um, you know that it's a 2-day shipping, so you don't really have to worry. I've not had any complaints when I've done that, even mailing it here from the hot desert.
Isn't it 3 days now?
Maybe.
I want to say 3 days. These I saw at Fred Meyer last year, the Brock's 100 counts, and I want to say they were $2 to $3. And I don't remember why I didn't sell them. We dive in, going for $13, $14. So if you bump this up, we'll say $13.99 over here. I don't know why is it buy cost? Why is it so much more? Why am I not understanding this?
What do you mean? What are you not understanding?
Well, why is it so little for merchant fulfilled versus FBA? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Because
Possibly you have a shipping cost programmed into your settings on this,
I
maybe?
signed out of everything.
Hmm,
I don't know. That's weird. Usually it's you get more over on this one
right.
than you do for FBA. I don't know. Okay. Lana Lana says, "What do you do with all the stuff that didn't sell tanked? My house is full of boxes." At the end of last year, I think I cut everything off. It was either the 20th or the 21st. I just shipped it in and sold it in January.
Yeah.
PM Porter wonders if they were cheaper during Q4. I mean, during the winter. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Ideal time would be spring. Nope. Where was that? It went down just a little bit in April.
And it was still selling. Like if you saw that the sales graph on it, it shows it just sold all year. You know, people like candy canes.
Yep. What is this?
I don't know. What is this Black Friday deal that just came up? This looks like not even an allowable image on Amazon.
What is going on? Black Friday deals.
Yeah, this is some image that they put in there that they shouldn't have done. Amazon just didn't catch that.
That is a bizarre one. I stay away from bizarre typically.
Yeah, she's friends with me.
Here's a good multi-pack. Okay, I
Yeah.
like this one. This is one that I'd look out for. I know I seen this one at Big Lots. If they were smart, they would have sourced from 2 different stores and then put it together. And if you could get it all for
even $9, even at $3 a box for the candy cans. I wish I could remember about how much those go for. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what they historically went for because everything is changing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
hopefully everyone is going to price accordingly. And then, like the person said in our chat earlier on, I don't recall the name, about how she or he woke up to like 46, price warnings. So
And that's what happened
that's
with Marcy. Marcy did a bunch of, it was free shipping. So her price was off because the shipping is calculated into the price. And then she got a whole bunch of price alerts and had to go fix that. And I don't know if they have fixed that up. That was quite a while ago. So maybe they have fixed it. Maybe they haven't. FBA Poppy says, okay, I want to know, and this is last call for questions. You guys got a couple minutes and we're going to be signing off and getting our work done. I want to know why when I am doing an FBM listing, it goes active, it doesn't show shipping fee. Well, go into your inventory and look at the
your shipping template.
shipping template and look at the merchandise and make sure that your thing is on.
Yeah, possibly your shipping template, you're offering free shipping. I don't know.
Under your inventory, so go to inventory, then click merchant fulfilled, and then under the little buy box, it will say which template you're on. So I'm on migrated template for most of them, but I have 3 templates that I could change. So make sure that you're on the right template. That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. And oh, you know what it might be? If you're looking at your own product and it's not going to calculate to ship to yourself because you're at yourself. Does that make sense? Like if I have something for sale and I'm going to sell my coffee mug for 10, but my shipping template is migrated based on my location and I'm looking at it and it's shipping from here to here, it's not going to flag in the system. So have somebody else look at it and make sure that it's working correctly. That's not at your address, because it would cost nothing to ship it to myself because it's at myself. Good morning from Utah. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I do not.
Tina? Okay. I know that I think I filmed it, but it might be a shipping. I know I did something with shipping templates this week. I can't remember what it was though. My memory is so bad. Trying to look at the orange book. Somebody had said to do for the OTC, the orange book. And I'm typing that in with things and I'm not finding anything helpful.
Thank you, Lena. That's nice of you.
Yes, thank you very much. What do you got going for the rest of the day?
Work. I gotta work.
Same here. I think I got my listings built and we're going to start packing them. And I got to get organized. The office is a mess, just a mess.
Mine too.
Q4 Bolo groups. I need a different one this year. Any ideas? Well, you could join ours. We got a couple spots left in the regular one, in the group shared ones.
Yeah, that's just the group sharing. It's not with the paid VA. And that's why we have the prices so incredibly low. We've both been in paid Bolo groups before and they're very expensive. And so we tried to keep ours extremely budget friendly. And I can tell you, Lucy and I are profiting next to nothing off of doing it. So, and you will know that by how cheap the fee is. But
yes. That is true. Well, we're going to benefit too from it because we're going to make sales.
That's absolutely right. But, the reason why we did that too is because, I would have loved to have found something like that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. So for our lead Bolo group, we only have a few spots left, and that is $25.
Yeah, the lead or group driven leads where everybody's going to contribute 5 leads a week is $25 a month. Who's charging $349?
Yeah, not us. Yeah, our VA group was just a little over 100.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm going to try and find think I did it right here. I can't remember.
I'm doing it live. We're almost done.
Yeah, I found my slides that I filmed from the other day walking through. This video is coming out, but what I did was I walked through like a merchant fulfilled shipping template and what the template is, where it's set up, all of that good stuff. And this is the slide that I was going to say. On your ad inventory, you have your stock, you have your date. Over here, this migrated template right here, that's the button you're looking for to see what template is on your stuff. And I think that video is dropping this week because I remember filming it, and then I got to fix it up tomorrow, and then
And
I'll
I do
schedule
have
it.
how to set up your shipping templates
Yep.
video on my channel if you care to watch it.
Yeah, I'll get the link for the thing for you too. It should be. Oh, you did the thing. Did you copy description? Did you put links down below in the description when you made the video?
No, I only put what we were going to talk about today. I need to remember to do that next week. I will program it in my phone right now on my reminder to make sure I put links. You
Okay,
guys, you gotta forgive me. I can only remember so many things in my head.
so this
I use
is.
my phone calendar.
Where is? There we go. Okay.
Remember to add links.
This is our Bolo group, $25 a month. If you want to pay all 3 months, it's $75. And then we got to remember to turn it off. We're kind of not used to setting up Gumroads yet, but it will be $25 a month. So you can either pay as you go, or you can pay all 75 and be done. Almost everyone is charging 400.
You can pay me 400 if you want.
Yeah, we'll take your money if you really want to give it to us. But our goal is mostly like make friends. Everybody rocks it together.
Yes.
Everybody, contributes and just kind of have a tight knit group
Yes.
of not a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
And some of those other Bolo groups, you have like 100 people in them, maybe
Yeah.
30, maybe 50. And I don't know.
And the thing is, it's like, I don't know about you, Lucy, but in my early years, and sometimes even now when I've needed help, and I've asked a question in a Facebook group, or I reached out to somebody like, do you think you could help me? They either wanted to charge me for help, or they only wanted to give me like a portion of the answer. It's just like, sometimes sometimes we just need that extra helping hand, that little bit of a push, that little leg up, just to get a little bit of help. And I've been there before, and sometimes it's scary to ask. And so I feel like that's where my heart comes from with us doing this, and for the price that we're doing it at. It's like sometimes we all need that little leg up. And let's face it, right now times have been hard for all of us. So that's where we're coming from, a place of that. And some of you watching, have reached out to me, so that is true about me, with helping you, and with Lucy too. Like Jackson watching this week, we gave him a little help this week. And
flat
sometimes
files.
we just need that help, and
Yes. Well, and okay, here's my thing. Like, I ask stupid questions too. And I don't want to say they're stupid because there's no stupid question,
right.
but you're at a store and you're like, is this too good to be true? What am I missing? Because really nobody here is perfect. Nobody should be pretending they're perfect either. That's
Right.
not right either. And sometimes you just need. I've asked the group in the last couple of years, what do you guys think of this find? What do you think of that find? What am I missing here? Or I'll post a bolo and they're like, oh, this one was dumb because you missed XYZ. No, they're not like that. They're very super nice. And then you look and you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I always say it takes a village. It really
Oh, it
does.
does.
Because sometimes we look at something, and like you said, it looks too good to be true. And it's like, is it really this good? Or did I miss a thing? And then it's like, oh, that looks like it's a private label person. Don't jump on that. You'll probably get an IP complaint. Oh, that's why.
Yes. And it's hard when you're in big groups. I mean, even on YouTube here, we have to watch kind of what we say and how we say it constantly, because there's what the legal stuff is, and then there's like things sometimes you just got to do to to get her done that aren't, um, not necessarily exactly by the books, but they're not there. There's a gray area. There's a gray area in there, and you make mistakes. Last week, I think it was Nate that I had said you could do something with a flip. I can't remember what it was yet, but I had to message him right after, and I'm like, oh, I misspoke online, and I didn't see any comments about it on the video, which is good. But there was, I made a mistake, and I'm like, oh yeah, you can't do it. You can't do this like that because of XYZ. And I should probably find that and make a credit or make a thing in the description or something. But every once in a while you make a mistake. And Q4, it seems like even amplified because you've got the stress of the holidays. You're usually not sleeping that great. A lot of us don't do merchant fulfilled all day long. So we're, it's kind of a newer system for us. And the keepographs are all over the place. So there's a lot more room for error. And we need in this group, people are going to make errors and everybody better be nice about it. Point it out. That's great, but don't be a jerk about it. That's the part that politely say, oh, you missed XYZ, and that's fine. Please say that. don't point it out. But when you're in bigger groups like that, I see people post weird stuff all the time on other Facebook groups that are not mine, and I'm like, well, it's not my group. I'm not gonna correct them or put my input in because I don't argue with people on social media. That's a rule I have. I don't care if you want to sit there and preach that the sky is purple today. I don't care. But in these tight little knit groups where our goal is to make money, we are here. I expect you to be professional and help each other out and point out like what you could do better or what did you miss or, how to combine different coupons. That's always fun to learn. Like, hey, did you do that? And help. Oh my gosh, how many times have I been in a jam and I'm like, hey group, I'm missing the coupon for Big Lots. Can anybody send it to me? Or does anybody sitting in front of a desktop and can look at the keepograph really quick for this and see if it's got any IP warnings before I clear the shelf? And somebody will be there and they'll be like, yep, okay, you're good to go. Or no, just stay away from that one. And I'll know before I get out of the store so I can follow through with that purchase or leave it there.
Yep,
And
I remember messaging everybody in our group like, okay, I'm at Walgreens and I can't find this Squishmallow on Amazon at all. And I remember Tiffany messaged back really quickly, here it is, here's the link. And because it's easier to do things on a computer. So that's what I love about the private groups like, we've been in, very small knit community that really is helping.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the other thing is you get to essentially make a friend, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
there
made
are
friends
people
from it.
there are some weirdos out on social media that the next thing you know, they're like messaging you odd, send me your password type of scam stuff. And it's like, no, I need real people that have a real face. And I don't mind knowing most people, but I got to know you. I still like somebody from I think I was our Facebook group tried to friend request me, and I don't do friend requests usually on Facebook unless if I get to know you first for some, reason, just because it's work. And my Facebook is usually for personal stuff. So you're not missing out anything. Like I don't post anything amazing on my Facebook thing for work because it's my friends and family. Like they don't care what the Keep a Chart says about something for Amazon. They don't care. They want to see the kids going off to college and whatever, us carving pumpkins or dyeing Easter eggs or whatnot. And the Facebook post garbage that I post, it's not work thing. So anyhow, getting to know people in a tight knit group is super fun. And you learn a lot from everybody. I mean, everybody comes from a different walk of life. And so it always opens my mind to like new possibilities, new angles that I didn't think of selling, or different niches that I had never thought of before that just I wasn't exposed to. Uh-oh. Jackson says, holy moly, just checked my inventory that I now have 57 at Amazon. It's saying I have 96, and somehow it's showing I had 57 FBM. Uh-oh. Okay. So everybody go check your Amazon settings because they went and they played with the buttons last night or yesterday, and now they're having all sorts of
Oh yeah,
issues.
my seller app, as I'm looking at it, things look weird. Yeah, so they've done something. Mhm.
Can they just stop pressing buttons over there? Just stop it. It's like having a little kid in the kitchen that keeps like trying to lick the beaters as you're making the cake. You know, you're just like, stop it. Just keep your fingers to yourself and stop pressing the buttons.
Yeah,
All
and I've
right, I
got
will go
some
check it out.
weird merchant fulfilled orders of things that I haven't sold in years. I have a sale for a Hallmark keepsake ornament from 2020 that shows unshipped and is late.
In
Um,
2020, you're really late, Tina.
yeah, there's something really weird going on for
I'm
sure.
scared. I'm scared. I don't really need my Friday to be like that. My Friday's already hectic enough this Friday.
Yeah.
Whatever they did, they messed up the FBM settings.
Yeah,
I'm
there is
sorry.
because here's something that I don't ever recall selling some kind of Barbie from 1995, and it shows that my shipping is late, that it's unshipped, and I'm looking at my seller app right
Oh my
now,
God.
and I don't know what to say.
Oh no. Okay. Now you're gonna make me look. We'll do it live because I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go to orders first. Good to know. This is why we need
I
a group
refreshed my
because.
app, and it's all gone away. Everything is back to normal. I don't know what that was.
Oh, so now it's back to normal.
Yeah, I refreshed my just closed out of my Amazon seller app, went back in, and all things are well with the world again. So bizarre.
Okay, I don't have anything under that. Let me go to inventory. Let me go to like stranded inventory. Okay, I only have 4 items under stranded inventory. Okay,
I
I
know that
still
was
haven't.
really weird.
I still haven't fixed my 2 children
Alright,
that jumped out.
I gotta log off because I have a phone call I was supposed to make, 36 minutes ago.
You were supposed to do what?
Make a phone call.
Oh, well, you should have said something. I thought it was only me that had an appointment.
Um, no, this is not an appointment, but it's a phone call that I was supposed to have made. I didn't realize had already talked this long.
Okay, well,
So I'm
have
gonna sign off and you can,
yes. Nope, we're gonna sign off. Have a
okay.
good day, everybody. I
Well,
I I gotta go too. I got things to do. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I hope we gave you some good ideas on pulling your inventory for next or for this year, and then you'll want to do the same thing for next year and doing some analytics. Get your ideas going, getting ready and pumped for Q4. Take care and have an amazing day.
yeah, goodbye.